morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday, the 24th of the month of hellish heat here in Arizona. And I'm currently on my way to work. I had a discussion with the gay man yesterday at LA Fitness, and it was pretty interesting. And we hashed some things out on a societal level and agreed on quite a few things. There is a fair amount of people in the LGBTQ plus whatever fucking reiteration of it is now that do not agree with things like men or women that think that they are one thing, being able to go in the other side's bathroom, that biologically you are what you are, and that you are pretending, and that you are not recognizing or acknowledging the fact that you are otherwise, which was actually kind of refreshing. And we started talking about the ideology on the part of some individuals in this world that is growing, that say that masculinity is toxic. And I told him, he asked my opinion, and I told him, I said, masculinity is a natural thing in the majority of men, but we also, on both sides, men and women, have masculinity and femininity in the same being. We have both sets of hormones in our bodies. It's just that men don't have a whole lot of estrogen comparatively to women, while women actually have more testosterone on average than men, and it's actually a fact. And I said, masculinity is not toxic. Toxicity is toxic. He says, I absolutely agree with you. I said, cool. And I wanted to touch on that. So he asked me, he says, so as a man, are you done hearing this kind of stuff? I said, I absolutely am. I don't know who started teaching these entitled little fucking brat women that just because you're a man and you have masculinity, you're toxic. You have more fucking hormone of testosterone in your body than we do. If you didn't, you wouldn't be able to endure bleeding once a month and having a fucking kid. And my doctors even reiterated that. My doctor and my primary nurse. So I think it's retarded, and I'm not going to apologize for it. If masculinity was not a thing that was natural, then men wouldn't fucking exist. Seriously, come on, people. It's pretty simple. I'm not going to sit around and wait for women to judge me because they've gotten to this point where they're sour about anything relationship-wise, and they've become so empowered, quote unquote, because they've been fighting for equality for so long, and yet when you ask them, most of them, to do what a typical man job would be, they don't want to do it because they feel like they don't have to. Well, then why did you fight for so long to be equal? There's a reason masculinity exists. There's a natural order to the universe and nature. Having opposites balance each other out. And I hear it all the time from women now on YouTube, especially, and TikTok, talking down men because they think that we're all the same. Fuck you. I am not the same as other men. But for some reason, there's been this ideology primarily from the left, usually the far left, that says that men have to kowtow to women or that they're going to pay some consequence emotionally and socially. Well, fuck you, man. I'm almost 54 years old. My dad and my mom both taught me to be a man. They taught me that when I grew up, it was my responsibility in a relationship to be the primary caretaker in that relationship. Now, the two women that I was married to, they were very strong, independent women, but they knew the natural order of things. And they knew that they could be equal to me without being more than me. And that it could be an actual partnership that was meant to be like it naturally fucking is. And I appreciated that. Did the relationships stay together? No. And that was primarily on my side, and I've admitted that. But it had nothing to do with my masculinity. It had to do with me being a fucking idiot. And that's one of the things that time and age teaches a man, is how to mature and be better in relationships. One of the reasons that I choose not to be in a relationship is because for some reason women these days have got it through their head that if you're anything more than a certain level of sensitive, you're a bitch. And yet, if we're told that if we're masculine and we act like a man and we don't show emotion, then we're not sensitive enough. So we're being told that we have to be one thing, but then when we are that thing, we're told we need to be the opposite. And there's never a balance to what a woman will accept from us. And it's not the case with every woman in the world, I understand that, but to a large extent, that is the consensus that's coming down from women these days. And yet, still, when they get handled like a man, because they act like one, they somehow want to play the victim. It's absolutely retarded and stupid, and I, for one, am just fucking sick of it. I am just done being judged for being what nature and what my mom giving birth to me has provided me. I am a man. I have XY chromies. I have fucking balls. I have a dick. I like to fucking use them. That doesn't make me the fucking enemy, okay? I have a very strong emotional core that is centered around masculinity. I am not a conventional romantic person, but I am a very loving and passionate, fiery individual when I'm in a relationship. And I expect that from a woman on the feminine side without being villainized for the fact that I have masculinity. And unfortunately, to a high extent, it's happening, and it's retarded. And ladies, men are sick of it. We just literally are sick of it. We have gotten to the point where we don't even want to prove ourselves to you anymore. So when you ask why men are choosing not to date, when you ask why men are choosing not to be married in such record numbers, you should look at yourself in the mirror and look at how women in general are treating men these days. If you genuinely have that question, and ask yourself what you think might be the case. And I'll tell you what the case is. We're just fucking sick of it. It's plain and simple. We are tired of being villainized for what nature fucking provides us. And it's bad enough that we gotta fight things like the economy. We gotta fight things like growing violence in the world. We gotta fight things like shitty food in this country, especially the country of the United States. And fight our own emotions because we, in a very disparate amount, do a lot more things like being depressed and committing suicide than women do. So give us some fucking slack.